What is going on, my dudes and dudettes? It is Sean here with SNS Serpentarium. I'm trying to get this boy to stay even remotely still so he's not too much of a handful. He's just having none of it. I let him go on his adventure if he wants to. He's got a nice grip on my arm here. Keep him nice and safe. They do tend to be, hand holders, these boas do. It's really quite neat. I'll just leave him crawl around and huff and puff all over the place. Very vocal animals. So today we're just going to talk real quick about black-headed pythons. It may seem a bit silly because I've got, my warmer python out. I've never actually kept a black-headed python before. It's just a little video I thought I'd do for any of my subscribers that haven't heard of a black-headed python before and maybe wanted to learn a little bit more about them. They're an Australian species, as most of you will know. They are in the Aspidaites group, I believe is called. That species genus only contains the warmer python and the black-headed python. Neither of the warmer or the blackhead have heat pits, and that is because they're primary reptile feeders. So in the wild they mostly eat lizards and snakes. Hi. Talking to me in my ear she is. He even. They're primarily reptile feeders. So that's worth bearing in mind. They do eat frozen thawed mice and rats in captivity like it is going out of fashion though. These black-headed pythons, they do get quite large. 9-10 foot is pretty typical. Some will stay a bit smaller than that, especially the males. But they are quite large snakes. They've got these gorgeous black heads. That's where they get their name from. It looks like someone's dipped their head in gloss or something like that. It's like a jet black sort of colour, really striking to look at. Some people have said in the past, some taxonomists and stuff, that their theory on it is that when they are in burrows in the wild, what they like to do then is stick their head out so that then the black head tracks all the heat and warms up their whole body. I don't know about that. I don't know how much research it has actually been done on that, but it does make quite a bit of sense if you think about it really. But then you'd think, then why does the warmer python not have the black head? So I don't know, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, right? They've got a nice build to them, but they're not too thick. They're sort of like they're sort of like just a scaled up version of the warmer python. Where they get longer, they also get thicker as well, so just completely scaled up. Really cool and interesting species to work with. They are egg layers, as most of you will know. They lay quite a few eggs at a time. You need to wait for a long time to breed them, and they are quite difficult to breed, believe it or not. That's why there's not many in captivity. They're very interesting, as I've said. They're quite docile, generally speaking, but they are very food driven. Due to their large size, I'd give them a big viv of at least 6x2, and maybe add some height into that then as well. Maybe 2 or 3 feet of height, and that would be a minimum for me. These guys get nice and dry, just the same as the warmer pythons actually. They're in the same group, they live in the same country, so that makes sense. They shed a nominal humidity. They need similar temperatures to the warmer as well, with a hot spot of around 32 degrees Fahrenheit and a cool end of around 26-27 degrees Celsius even. Yeah, sorry, both those temps are in Celsius, sorry. That'd be about 92 degrees Fahrenheit on the warm end then, and around 83 on the cool end Fahrenheit. They need fresh water available to them at all times. Like with any snake, you need to give them fresh water. It's really important. I wouldn't overdo the water bowl size though, just because they don't like high humidity. They're unlikely to soak in it because they come from sort of desert regions or semi or arid regions. That'd be more more of a, you know, accurate description. Generally as well, I wouldn't recommend keeping them together. Obviously they've got a really good feeding response. Same with any snake really, I wouldn't recommend keeping them together. People do it, you know, and that's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about that, but whatever. A good substrate then would be something like aspen or something like that, or paper, even something that's nice and dry. I'd recommend getting something they can burrow into, something like aspen or lignocell, just in case they do decide to burrow. Add some nice big sturdy branches in there as well, so they can climb if they so choose to. Overhead heat source like a ceramic heat emitter, or you could go with a UV bulb or something like that, as long as the hotspot is you know, is what it should be and the cool end is what it should be, I'm happy enough. But generally for these I'd go with something like that. If you're struggling to keep the ambient temperature where it should be, I'd recommend adding a small 150 or 50 watt radiator into the middle of the vivarium. That will bump up the ambient temperature to where it should be then, so that you don't get any drafts or anything like that going on in your viv. That's pretty much the gist of what I know about this species, guys. As I said, they're a species I've never kept, so I can't really give any extra insight. It's just a quick video to bring more attention to that particular group. They are one of my favorite species of snake. It's definitely a species I want to keep in the future, so I thought I'd just get my cards out on the table, tell you what I know about the species, and then maybe you can do your own research. So thanks for watching as always, guys. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and smash that notification bell. If you liked the video, obviously you did, if you made it this far and you're listening to this, make sure you like the video. Comment down below if you've got a black-headed python, or if you want a black-headed python. I love to hear from you all. It's really nice interacting with everyone here on the channel. But that'll be it for today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.